Welcome back, everyone. Phoenix 3 here, and I'm now just getting back from my second Evolutions pre-release, and I kind of want to talk about my experience there. Um, my pulls were a lot better, which is actually what I'm super excited about. I don't ever get pulls. I didn't get much of anything, but the cards I did get were from my packs. The Surfing Pikachu. Here Comes Team Rocket. I think I actually got the Surfing Pikachu and Here Comes Team Rocket in the same pack, so that was cool. The Bilingual Executor. This here is the Lilypad Mew, the Hollow version. So if you've never seen it before, well, here you are now. This here is the Hollow version, so that's pretty cool. A Blastoise EX, and in my pack at the end of the event, I got this Dragonite EX. I didn't actually get any full arts, but Dragonite EX is actually a card that's maintaining its value, which is actually kind of, this glare is just not right. There we go. But it's a card that's saving its value, so that's cool. I didn't actually get a Charizard this time for my pack. I got like a Gyarados or something like that. I ended up trading my Charizard away, ripping myself off a large deal by like $20. And in that trade, I also gave up um, two Greninja Breaks and the Charizard. But I did get some things, like I managed to get um, these guys. So that's half of the deck's Pokemon right there. My two Pidgeots and the two Megas. So super excited about those. Like, these cards just look really nice in person. I am so glad to own these. Like, it's a super pretty card, and I'm glad to have it. The other thing is, for my last pre-release, you get this Mew. This Mew here might be worth something because the only way to get it like this is in the 23 card pack that they give you. So just outside of seeing, friends and whatnot, I did pretty well in the tournament. I actually run all three of my rounds. Um, oh, that's what I forgot. I also got a Pidgeot EX from one of my packs opened up during the tournament. I forgot all about that. But yeah, um, Pidgeot EX coming clutch in all of my games. It got knocked out pretty easily in the first round, but I mean, it's a 170 HP wall for the most part, so it was able to stand around until I managed to draw myself out of a bad situation and won. And that's how pretty much all my other games went. Nidoking still putting in work. Like, my deck was the exact same deck it was last week. I played Ninetales and Nidoking. This is all I could get. It's all I got. Even under my 22 card pack, all I got was just that. So I had to mess around with that. The only thing that changed was I didn't have the Mew in there, but I put the Pidgeot in there. Everybody was wondering why didn't I play with the Blastoise. And I'm like, well, I'm not playing with that. But I didn't even look at it to see what it did. But its attack, rapid spin, moves Pokemon around. So that would have been pretty useful to have. But everybody else that played it, or these really large Pokemon, I pretty much just ended up dragging out into the active spot with Ninetales. And they were stuck. And then I would just hit them with like Nidoking and damage the bench though, but I'm super excited to have my Pidgeots. So technically, I have four Pidgeot EX. I have two full arts and two non-full arts, and I only have two Mega Pidgeots. So I'm looking to get more of these, preferably one more for my deck. And I guess if I can get any others from a binder, I would take them. Like, I'm not really going to be trading for them because if I have to get every Pidgeot out there, that's going to get really expensive, and these cards are already super expensive. Because the thing is what I'm doing is I'm trading for cards that are going to go in my deck, and I don't trade cards out of my deck. So what's essentially is going to be happening, every card I take out of my binder is one less card I have to trade. So if I'm trading away all of my things in my binder for things in my deck, then I have less things to trade. So essentially I'm going to have to take out 60 cards in my binder. Well, not 60, but a large amount of cards, because a lot of those cards in my book are going to go into my Pidgeot deck. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to build it. I have my secret rare max potions. I have my secret rare versus seekers, my full art sycamores. I have all of that. I don't have the Ultra Balls in, unfortunately, but I have substitutes for those. But the only thing that I'm trying to figure out is how exactly do I want to run my deck in terms of, rarities. I can just run the lowest rarity of everything that I need, and if that's the case, then I have to get copies of everything else, which is also super expensive. But it makes things less expensive. My goal was to originally just have like my super pretty version of my Pidgeot EX deck, and then after that, just have a version that I play for everywhere else, where nothing is at the highest rarity, and I don't, quickly wear out my other cards that way. So that was my goal. It doesn't look like it might matter much, but if it still presents itself on the table, then I'm gonna go for it. But if not, I'm not gonna stress over it, because essentially building a second copy of a deck that you're playing already, can make things really expensive. Another reason for me to do that is it's going to help prevent theft of my deck, because essentially I won't bring my super blinged out version of my deck with me to places like leagues or anything like that. I'll simply just bring my less expensive version of the same deck out. That way cards don't get damaged if something happens, and I'll have that deck for premier like level events where you kind of want to show off a little bit. And it's Pidgeot's first ultra rare card, so I don't mind going all out for it. You know, I'm very happy with the card. I played with a similar Pidgeot years ago. It had Mirror Move and Hurricane, or Whirlwind, I think it was, on one card. So the Pidgeot that I played was pretty much both of these on just one card. So, oh, I can't wait to build this deck. I'm like super excited. I know I might not sound excited, but like I'm super tired. But I wanted to at least talk about, my experience. Everyone gets ripped off in a trade. It's no big deal. I really wanted the Pidgeots, and I was going to trade the Charizard for him anyway, so it's no big deal. But you really don't want anybody to tell you that, this card is worth this much. And then when you look it up, it's like twice what they told you. You feel a little salty about it, and I do feel a little salty about it. But when you've been around people for years and you feel like you can trust them, you kind of take their word on it, and that's the way it was here with me too. Trusted the person, so I took his word, and well, you know, shit happens like that, so it's no big deal. Um, he already knows he owes me now. I made that perfectly clear to him, so we'll sell that the next time I see him, and I will see him again. So I think that's all I have here. Tomorrow is going to be the last pre-release. I'm not going to it. I do want to try to get to that Toys R Us though, so I can pick up that promo Charmander. I really love Charmander. It's one of my top 10 favorite Pokemon, top 20. Um, but it's up there. People say, "Oh, Charizard's everybody's favorite." It's like I don't really like Charizard. Charizard to me is kind of a perk, but I really love Charmander. It's super adorable. So I want to at least have that card. Cards from the Charmander line. Not really Charmeleon, but Charmander and Charizard tend to hold their value a lot. So if you can get yourselves on like any kind of promos of those, then don't trade them, unless you have to. But they are, worth it. So I mean, that's just kind of my story there. I'm halfway done with my Pidgeots, and I'm super glad for that. And then after that, I'm going to build this deck, and I'm going to start smashing people with it. So I hope you all like this video, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to always be doing anything Pokemon related. Especially look forward for when the evolutions drop, because I'm definitely going to be testing the crap at Pidgeot EX. I have like 6 lists for it. I don't have all the cards for them, but I just kind of want to see what I like the most. I might play with Garbodor or Weavile. It's optimized for Weavile, so I'll see what happens there. And as always, I want to thank you all for taking time to watch my video, and I hope to see you all in the next one.